Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to be explaining just how long the runway in Fast and Furious 6 is. Now if you haven't seen the movie already, you probably should prioritize your time a little better, but regardless, you may have some spoilers here, so just FYI. Now the movie starts out with a Dodge Challenger hanging in the corners with a Nissan GTR, so you know it's meant to be taken seriously. And so that's why I wanted to find out just how long this runway was at the end of the movie. So the scene starts out with the crew driving onto the runway, and we're just going to say they're going about 100 miles an hour. And they're driving along for about a minute before the plane lands. The plane is an Antonov AN-225, which is the largest plane in the world basically, and it has a landing speed of about 155 miles an hour, according to the internet. I just found some museum website that had something saying that. So anyways, we'll just assume that's true, 155 miles an hour. So once the plane lands, it slows down a little bit. It allows for one of the bad guys to get on board, and then it needs to increase speed and goes back up to takeoff speed. So this is about 6 minutes worth of filming scene, and takeoff speed, just looked online, about 10 to 20% faster than landing speed, so I just went with 15%. That put it at about 180 miles an hour. So after we've got that calculated, what I did here was, since we've got scenes occurring inside the plane and outside of the plane, I just cut the time in half because those scenes are probably occurring simultaneously. So next, the plane reaches takeoff speed after that 6 minutes, or 3 minutes as I'm saying. It reaches takeoff speed, which is 180 miles an hour, and it's flying along above the runway for 4 minutes of filming scene. Now there's footage inside the plane and outside the plane, so once again I just cut that in half, said 2 minutes at 180 miles an hour. After those 4 minutes, Mr. O'Connor has a great shot, hits the plane, and begins bringing it down. And then there's about a 2-minute sequential scene of the plane coming down, hitting the ground, and eventually stopping. So start at 180, end at 0, and we'll just call it an average of 90 miles an hour. So with each of these, 1 minute at 100 miles an hour, 3 minutes at 155, 2 minutes at 180, and 2 minutes at 90. Put all that together, add it up, and it gives us a runway length of about 18.5 miles. So it's a pretty long runway. And if you took a more basic approach and you just said all of this happened in a row, it was all sequential, and you know, Dodge Chargers probably can't go 180, things like that, then you pick a speed more realistic around 115, 13 minute scene, 13 over 60 times 115. It's about a 25 mile runway. So regardless, it is a pretty long runway, but the one thing that I just thought in the movie that was kind of silly, and I don't know if it makes a whole lot of sense, when the plane crashed down and Dom spits out of the front of the plane in his Charger, he crashes and he rolls off to the left side. And when he does that, everyone thinks he's dead and it's really sad, but it turns out he's okay, and he comes out, what it looks like coming out, walking right beside the fuselage. And so what I just didn't get is, if his car's way over here, how did he walk out way over here? I mean, wouldn't it just make more sense to walk out to the side of the plane where there's not a bunch of fire? So I just thought, you know, maybe this movie isn't going for total realistic footage if he could come out, you know, if he's going to come out through the center of all these fires. I just feel like he'd get burned somewhere in there. So thanks for watching. If you saw anything you thought was ridiculous about the movie or have questions or comments, feel free to leave them below.